We're here with R.A. Mallonn, Auditor, City of Canton. How many years now?
I've been City Auditor for 11 years now.
And before that, as City Councilman?
That's correct, for 10 years, Ward 3 Council.
So you have been a City of Canton official for a couple decades.
21 years, yes.
Well, today I made an inquiry with the Stark County Board of Elections and came up with a document where you submitted a PAC document for the truth about the charter or some name like that.
That's correct.
And you're the treasurer?
I am the treasurer, yes, sir.
Okay. How did you come to get involved in this particular effort?
Well, a number of people that are involved in the wanting to be members of the commission and are behind the charter, whether for or against, have asked me to be the treasurer. They wanted name recognition and asked me, with my auditing background and things like that, if I'd be kind enough to be the treasurer, and I obliged and told them yes.
Now, are these folks that you say it's a mix of people for or against the charter?
It's a mix of people that are running for the commission that approached me, yes.
Who are some of those people?
Well, Mr. Fisher, Kevin Fisher approached me, as well as Demetrius St. John. I'm not sure if he's for or against it, but he's the one that brought me the paperwork and asked me, along with Mr. Fisher, that if I would be the treasurer, along with Robert Thompson from ASME. Okay.
Did St. John act on his own initiative, or did someone ask him to approach you?
I'm not quite sure about that, Martin, to be honest with you.
Okay. Are you working with the trade unions at all, David Curvin, on this matter?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I've heard rumblings that Mr. Curvin is going to be making a donation on behalf of the trade unions, but we haven't received any monies from them as of now.
Have you heard a dollar amount?
I have not, sir.
Okay. Anybody else wanting to contribute?
Well,
to
the Jefferson Jackson Jefferson Jackson Democratic Club has contributed $500 to the campaign.
Okay. Of course, as you're aware, one of the prime movers behind the charter government effort is Ward 8 Councilman Edmund Mack.
That's correct.
And I did contact Councilman Mack earlier today when I found out formation about this particular PAC.
Okay.
And one of the questions he raised is whether or not in filing this document with the Stark County Board of Elections, you use City of Canton contact information for people who want more information about the PAC. Can you address that particular?
As far as my email and things like that?
Or telephone? No, I'm not sure exactly.
I left my personal cell phone number on there. I very well could have left my email. I don't have an email on my own. I possibly could have left the city's email, but if that is a problem, I will be at the Board of Elections tomorrow to correct that.
Okay, so personally, of course, one of your concerns has to be with the Charter Commission is whether or not the Auditor's office continues to be an elective office.
That's correct.
So is that part of the motivation of why you're involved?
You know, as far as charter government is concerned, I mean, there's pros and cons, you know, when it comes to charter form of government. But my main concern is fair representation across the board, that all wards would still be represented. You know, depending on how the charter is written, they could eliminate wards and make everyone at large, which I don't think that's correct. I think each ward and each quadrant of the city should have representation, as well as I believe there needs to be an auditor and treasurer for checks and balances. I mean, myself and Treasurer Perez work together.
You mean as elected officials?
As
right?
elected officials, that's correct, yes.
Now, are you a candidate for the Charter Commission?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. Okay, so that basically expresses your point of view, if elected, as a Charter Commission member.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, thank you, Auditor Richard A. Mallonn. Appreciate it.
You're quite welcome, Martin.
Thank you.